When it comes to pro wrestling, WWE is still considered the be-all and end-all. Other companies may put out a consistently better product like New Japan Pro Wrestling or have a richer history like Lucha Underground, but nobody has the success, exposure, and reputation that WWE does. Since putting WCW out of business in 2001, the company has been in a league all by itself. Here are the 5 wrestlers who became too big for WWE. In 2010, the 41-year-old Dave Bautista was getting tired of WWE, especially what he saw as the sanitation of the product. He did return to WWE in 2014, but his comeback was poorly handled. After less than 6 months with the company, he left once again in frustration. Guardians of the Galaxy was an immense success, and Bautista, in particular, was praised for his work. The film roles started pouring. Inspector, Kickboxer, and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, and more made him famous.
Number 4. Stacy Keibler. When Stacy Keibler won a WCW contest to become the company's newest Nitro Girl, she had arrived in the world of pro wrestling. Before long, she transitioned from the dance crew to a role as a personality, the secretary Miss Hancock. In 2005, Keibler had a shot at major exposure, and she took it. She was invited to participate in Season 2 of the ultra-popular competition series Dancing with the Stars. Not only did Keibler join the cast, but she excelled. She and partner Tony Dovolani made it to the finals, finishing in 3rd place.
Number 3, Bret Hart. Unlike the other stars on the list, Bret Hart didn't leave wrestling. Instead, WWE simply couldn't afford to keep the best there is, best there was, and the best there ever will be. The excellence of execution, offering him a contract worth $9 million over 3 years. WWE couldn't match that, but they did counter with an unprecedented offer: a 20-year contract, 3 years as a talent, 17 as an office worker at $1 million a year for the first 3 years. Hart was the WWE champion, and a disagreement between him and McMahon about how to get the belt off of him led to the most famous double cross in wrestling history. Number 2, Brock freaking Lesnar. Former NCAA heavyweight wrestling champion Brock Lesnar made his WWE main roster debut in 2002 and, within 6 months, had become the youngest WWE champion ever. He was a main eventer and a superstar, but it was all a little too much for Lesnar. By 2008, Brock was in UFC, and later that year, he won the company's heavyweight championship. That made him more famous than he ever was in wrestling, as the company was hitting its peak popularity. In 2009, Brock headlined UFC 100, which still holds the record as the most purchased MMA pay-per-view of all time. After becoming a legitimate superstar, Brock's WWE tenure was on his terms. He indeed returned to UFC 200 to defeat Mark Hunt.
Number 1, none other than The Rock. In wrestling, there are stars and there are superstars, but nobody's like The Rock. He was the most famous man in wrestling in 2000, but a cameo as the Scorpion King in The Mummy Returns was his first step toward becoming a Hollywood sensation.
The next year, the Scorpion King got a spin-off film, making The Rock the highest-paid first-time leading man in film history. In 2011, he returned to the company to host WrestleMania 27, leading to a pair of matches with John Cena at the subsequent 2 Manias. Not many Hollywood superstars would put their bodies on the line out of loyalty and honor, but, again, nobody is quite like The Rock.
If you enjoyed the video, please make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. Thank you.